Not everyone here may be aware, but the human brain is most fascinating and complex machine. It starts work the moment you are born and never stops until the moment you stand up to make speech in public. Which you all agree. Right. So on that basis, please forgive me for reading my speech. Being the father of the bride, it's my privilege to make the first speech of the afternoon. At least I thought it was a privilege until I realised that I am actually the warm-up act for the two main speakers, who are, of course, the bride, the groom, and the best man. Right. I would like to start by saying thank you to Nikki and Natasha for organising such a splendid occasion. I know that an awful lot of time and effort has gone into this planning, and I am sure you will agree that it is a tremendous success. On that, they are to be congratulated. I remember the day Nikki asked me if you could marry my daughter. I replied, "You have a hard neck, you didn't ask me if you could have kids with her." I would also like to thank the bridesmaid and the best man and everyone involved in making this day possible. I would now like you all to stand and raise your glasses to toast the bride and groom, Nikki and Natasha.
Thank you.
Are we meant to stand? We don't stand? Well done, Molly, well done.
So either way you write it down.
It's like a little girl, isn't it?
Did you copy that off the internet line?
Hey, put this way, you both your baby. I'm like that at all.
Alright, well, I guess it's my shot now, so right. I'll keep this fairly short and sweet. Well, that's about the limits of the laughs you're going to get tonight, unfortunately, because he's up next.
I hear you about me.
So, so I'd say, on behalf of my wife, thank you all for being here. Genuinely, really appreciative of you all making the way. So, thank you very much, each and every one of you. Unfortunately, there's one or two people who couldn't be here today, in particular Natasha's grandfather, or her Di, as he calls her, and his wife Chrissy, and also my brother Paul. But obviously they're both in our thoughts, and likewise I'm sure. Okay. I'd like to thank those who've travelled from afar today. From deepest, darkest Cumbria to London, Bailey, to Middle England, and of course the strange, mysterious Kingdom of Fife! Alright. I'd like to thank mums and the dads. Obviously without their help and their getting together in the first place, me and Natasha would be together in the first place. So thank you for meeting your partners on time. I'd like to thank my mum and dad, Evelyn and Jack, for keeping me relatively out of trouble in my youth, and for raising me to be a fairly reasonable addition to society. So, I was going to say I'd like to thank Willie and Margaret for keeping Natasha out of trouble in her youth, but we all know they had David to look after as well, so their hands were a bit full. So. But despite that, you brought your daughter up to be a thoughtful, intelligent, and gorgeous addition to society. So, thank you very much. So, I'd like to raise a toast to parents, mums and dads.
Cheers.
Cheers! No. I don't know what he's doing. There's a fairly unwritten rule of wedding etiquette that nobody should be more gorgeous and stunning and good looking than the usher. No. It's got to be me. So, stick to that rule. I'd like to thank David, Darren, and Aaron, wherever you are. Fantastic, you've done a good job. Thanks for being here. So I'd like to raise a toast to the ushers, to Aaron, Darren, and particularly David for taking a day off work to be with us today. There was overtime on offer and he turned it down. So. Power to the people. Apart from my wife, there's 4 other gorgeous looking ladies in here tonight, and I am, of course, talking about the bridesmaids. I'm sure you all agree they look stunning. So we have Shirley, Fiona, Aisling, and Natalie. I don't know where Natalie is. Where's Natalie? Oh, there you are. Thanks a lot for being there for Natasha over the past day, week, and months. I really appreciate it. Years, yeah. You really helped us, Natasha and me, get through it. So thanks a lot. So toast.
Cheers.
To the bridesmaids.
I'm drunk a bit here.
I've just realised there's gifts to be given out to people. I'll do it now or later? We'll do it at the end. We'll do it at the end of Jim's speech because you can't wait for this one.
What's her name?
Natasha and I have been together now for 7 years. And I can honestly say that you've given me the 3 most important, happy, and frankly nerve-wracking 3 days of my life. Eloise and Donald could both vouch for a fantastic, funny, caring, and beautiful mum you are. Nothing's too much for them, despite the often relentless and constant abuse on our senses. You're always there for them. They both know that you're a very special mum, and I know that you're a very, very special wife. So, thank you very much. Enough of me. I know you didn't come here to hear this. You came here for the wedding, the speech, but you came for the main event. He's come here. He was big in the Edinburgh Festival. Side-splitting shows. Give a warm hand. Big it up for the one only, Jim Green. No pressure.
Oh well, even now it's going to even be even worse. But everyone says if you get nervous and you're going to do speeches, to think about the audience being naked. Right, Max? As most of you will know, well, some of you might not. I've known Nikki for quite a long time. I've known Tash as well for quite a long time. Most people call me Jim, or if it's to Nikki's mum, obviously it's James. So there's a story behind that we'll go in. Just going to talk about obviously how Nikki and Tash met. You won't believe it. It was a lovely, lovely meeting. Obviously Natasha, long blonde hair, up in a tower, Nikki riding across the field, on horseback in a bright shining armour. What do you expect? Well, to be honest, if I told you the real story, none of you would have turned up today. It was basically a cubicle in one of Edinburgh. nightclub, actually has slime and mould growing on the seat.
James! But he didn't.
Obviously, I've got to thank all the bridesmaids for definitely turning up today. I know it's been a tough year with Tash's constant updates on Facebook every bloody day. Sorry.
Email away. Whip it.
But obviously, I've got to say how stunning Tash looks today. She looks Although, to be fair, I do think I look better in the dress than does today. You don't know if I'm being serious or not.
Yes.
As I say, so I've known Nikki for a long time now. I'm actually surprised he's still here, because there's one thing guaranteed. Well, one out of two things guaranteed if you go out on a night out with Nikki is he's either going to fall asleep and get chucked out, or he's just going to get chucked out. As we found out on the stag do, I was at the bar, I think I was ordering like 7 Jaeger bombs, and it's just a tunnel down to the dance floor, just looking round, all he sees is this figure coming in, face plant. That would be you. Going back to the table, just walking past the arm, getting chucked out again. And then so the bouncers took out. Didn't matter, we just went out, went somewhere else. Another thing you might not know about Nikki is his amazing fashion sense. If you know Nikki, great fashion sense, or maybe not. I don't know what his parents were doing when they were growing up. I don't know if they were just playing out cruel, or they might have been blind. But you could... Basically, you could have Justin Timberlake and Robin Thicke, sorry, wearing a costume on Friday, in Milan on Saturday, Nikki will buy it on Sunday. It's the worst fashion trend ever on Monday. And we actually have a good example of this, don't we? No? Oh well. It must have been about, I think, maybe 5 years ago. Nikki actually got a tattoo of the hips. Oh well. So actually, he's telling me it's 15 years ago. Basically, Nikki got a tattoo of the Hibs crest on his arm 15 years ago. They found out 3 weeks later they actually changed the crest. If you don't believe me, that is actually, is that true? No, that's that. I would like to say I have got a present for Nikki for obviously choosing me as being best man.
Oh, you're going to go for a kiss?
I hope it's not a kiss.
No, I'm going under the table.
All right.
So, we'll start, you know what these are. Maybe some people at the back that know these
At last!
I hope they're 9.5.
They are actually 9.5. Those that don't know, these are a pair of £19 Lonsdale trainers for Sports Direct. Nikki had a pair of these for, what was it, 2-3 years?
Still does.
They were falling apart. They were falling apart.
He's
He
got
still
a new pair.
wears them. It's just
Oh,
like his
no.
carrier bags wears them.
So, there
Thank
we
you very
go.
much.
Before I leave, I just want to say one more other thing on the phone.
Oh, he's got the rest.
As Nicky said, his brother Paul couldn't be here for other circumstances, and he actually sent me a message just to say that he's very sorry that he couldn't be here, and he's sure that both these would look really amazing, and he would just like to wish you the happiest going forward in your life. And obviously from myself, as I say, I've known you together for 6 years, 7 years. And I know what he's like, and these are really nice people, and I know we can really see this from the great work you've done on One Year Children. Here's to Nicky and Tash and sorting out that
We've also got some flowers for the mothers. For the kids.
Oh, Tasha, you're no much up on here. Oh, praise the Lord.
Well done, Jim.
And you tell me you're going to buy me a movie. I don't know. As I said, don't tell me you want me to movie.
Right, how the hell do you stop that?
Just push the record button again.